This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. With this series of videos, I am soliciting people to begin Postmates and put my name as a person who referred you. I do understand there's an incentive if I'm able to get people to Postmates who are successful. I have 2 days in a row I forgot to share my screen. I'm sharing my screen ahora mismo. So it ended up being my basically giving a presentation with visual, and I only ended up with the audio. So here we go. First, listeners, if I haven't lost you already, of common interest, there's really several audiences I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to customize my message in this series to several groups. One is just top interest. New York City, this kind of stuff, tourist information, whatever. I came upon a restaurant called Charrua, and Charrua is the word that describes the native South American people of what is today Uruguay. And I told, anyways, there's a story that goes with it. I've tweeted some screenshots. Listeners of pop interest, if this sounds familiar to you and you don't want to listen to this video, fast forward to my Twitter page. It's called Charrua, nyc.com. That's Charrua, C-H-A-U-R-R. I'm not going to guess. It's here. It's in this video. If you're interested, it's a special restaurant. It's worth, if you want a awesome and not expensive restaurant, and special, absolutely positively special, Charrua, nyc.com is your place. Here I am this morning having coffee. All right, my first delivery in this one, right off the bat, this one's funny. The app very clearly says if they don't have any of the items, omit it from the order. Okay, I did exactly what the app said, but now I'm bringing 5 cookies, and these are expensive cookies, when the order called for 6, which seemed kind of dumb. So I called the customer, and I said, I got voicemail, so by the time you call me back, I'll probably be halfway to your place. And however, I'm bringing 5 cookies instead of 6. The app says, okay, well, that's not what she wanted. She wanted it substituted. Dumbest thing. So she dialed back in a flash, had a conversation. I said, listen, it was 100% your choice. You want me to go back to Schmackarees? I'm happy to do it. Yeah, she said it's a gift. I said, say no more. You're not giving 5 cookies. You'll look cheap. I didn't say the second part, but it was obvious. So I went back and got a substitute. And there's me. Listeners, if you click on the green boxes, you'll see job by job how much I got paid. This is crisp. This was a surprise. I thought crisp is like chopped. Crisp is not like chopped. Crisp is like mamoons, or fufu, corporate version of mamoons. Crisp is Mediterranean Arab-inspired couscous and falafel type food. And that was the final destination of the food. Listeners, a click here. Oh, there it is, 110 West 40th. Nice place. I mean, it's a chain, fast food kind of thing, but nice. And there's, it still says crisp there, and I went offline. This is a midday break to telemarket. Listeners, a click on any of the green boxes will tell you how much I made on that job. Again, on my Twitter page, twitter.com/nearlincoln. This is some blogging I did, French cognac, by the way. All right, one more tourist general info. Cognac, cancel the French part. I did that for narrative effect. Cognac, it's a cafe, bakery, French inspired. This phone number is the phone number of the fellow in Florida I was telemarketing with, so that's irrelevant. But Cognac is right, it's between Columbus Circle and Times Square on Broadway. Nice place. I don't know why it's tweeted twice. And then I go back online. So there I am, a break in the middle of my day from offline at 11:48. I do my telemarketing with my amigo in Florida, Phil, and then I'm back online at 2:25. Now this, look at that. Look at that. 2:25, 3:25, an hour without a job. Why? I was not on the schedule. An hour on Postmates with no jobs is painful. It was middle afternoon, after lunch, before dinner. Friday, not on the schedule. This was a disaster. So I get on a bike. Listeners, I'm near Times Square. I get on a bike, and here's where I was when I got that ping. 10th, this is the East Village of New York, 10th and 2nd Avenue. I was mobile when I got it. I was on my bicycle. The craziest place. It's called Snow Day Shavery, and they make ice cream that looks like snow. Then this was that's me getting paid on Snow Day Shavery. And what do I do afterwards? More ice cream. Listeners, please hear the humor in this. I am a middle-aged man. I am a Caucasian man. And my daughter is, post-university young woman. All right. So she wants nothing from me in her life, especially if she were, she wants nothing, period. So it's crazy ironic to me that these young women about her age have me delivering their food. Okay, it's even crazier that I go to a place like 16 Handles, because this is where you custom, and I've done this a few times. All the customers of 16 Handles that I've had so far are young women about my daughter's age. Okay, my daughter wants nothing from me, but yet I'm schlepping into 16 Handles, taking these custom orders, getting chocolate sprinkles and graham crackers on these crazy sounding froyo flavors. It's crazy to me. So listeners, please understand the humor of this. Obviously there's an element of this is not funny. It's a soured relationship with my daughter. But so set that aside for a minute and try to understand how funny this is. So let's say these women who order from 16 Handles are in a cafe, and one of them steps away from the table, visit to the bar, you'll go get napkins, whatever. And somehow I overhear that they want ice cream, froyo, from 16 Handles. And conversation, oh, I know 16 Handles and I do delivery. How about if I get it for you? You give me $6, which is the typical delivery payout. I got one at 13 today, by the way, which was high. But so let's say $6. So I negotiate with the 3 women when the 4th one is away from the table, and I get the detailed list. I want this flavored froyo, and I want graham cracker crumbs, and so on and so on. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute. I think if I'm going to get a laugh out of this, it'll be funnier. So anyways, so imagine this is hypothetical. It's just on the irony of my daughter wanting nothing from me, but yet I'm schlepping chocolate sprinkles and other shit on froyo to these women who are about the age of my daughter. Now, okay, so here's the drama, hypothetical drama that I've created to really get a laugh out of this. So again, 3 women are at the table. The 4th has excused herself. And while she's away, I end up, yeah, I do delivery. Oh, yeah, I know 16 Handles. Sure. And we negotiate this deal. oh, we don't want to go there, we would just rather have it right now. Let's say they're having coffee. Oh, I just really want froyo. Okay, great. Well, what do you want? So I, get on my phone and I start typing in everything they want. They agree to give me $6, and I jump on a share bike, and I go to 16 handles, and there I am, putting the skin to get the bright froyo in this cup in the right size. There's pink and green, by the way, pink cup and green cup. I had to call to find out which one the customer wanted. It was not obvious. And the employees, this is a self-help place, so the employees are not real helpful. So, so there I am, hypothetically ordering for these 3 women. And I'm at froyo, and the 4th woman comes back to the table, and let's go to froyo. No. The guy who was sitting next to us overheard us. He does deliveries. He's bringing it to us. Really? Yeah. Well, which one? Well, the tall, skinny, Caucasian, middle-aged man with the reading glasses. Really? Yeah, we're going to pay him $6. Doesn't that sound like a deal? What? This is outrageous in the context of a man whose daughter that age does not talk to him, wants nothing of me in her life, which is, I honor it. It's her choice, and am I bitter about it? Yeah, probably in some recessed cavities of my body, but in general, I'm relatively accepting of that my daughter chooses who's in her life and who's not, and I'm one of the not. That's an important choice that women make. It pisses me off that I'm on the not list, but whatever. So again, the 4th one comes back to the table. This would be unthinkable that women this age would have tall, skinny, Caucasian, married, a middle-aged man schlepping to 16 handles. It's inconceivable, but yet that's exactly what's happening with the magic of the app. Back to listeners, again, this is my attempt. I had a especially good night tonight. Didn't get physically. What did I have the other night? I claim it's a victim of her. A victim of. Was costed. What's the legal word? I don't know. When I had an event of violence, and I claimed that I was the victim. So here we are, back to the moving on, back to the froyo. There it is, 16 handles in the East Village. I think there's one in New Jersey, by the way. And listeners, if you click on the green square, you find out how much I got paid to schlep froyo for the women about my daughter's age. So, Charrua, here it is. They're at 131 Essex Street. Again, I'm trying to put stuff of pop interest because I really don't know who my audience is, but if I have anyone who's looking for something special in New York City, this is the setting. I'm going to show some screenshots of the menu, a picture of the dining room at the end because I added it to this string of tweets. So here's what happened. I go into this restaurant, and it was pre-ordered. So I'm waiting for it, which it was already ready, but there's still moments at the counter while I get out the credit card. Dining room's empty. It's between lunch and dinner. 5:55 Friday night is, of course, some people eat dinner at that time, but not in New York City, and certainly not in this neighborhood. And so I look around. I'm hearing Spanish language music. I look at an Italian espresso machine, a coffee machine with filicori, fine ceramic espresso cups, and a wine selection that just by volume and variety could be called nothing short of awesome. So I'm like, Spanish language music, Italian espresso machine, and I look at the man who's conducting this transaction and said, what is the inspiration from this restaurant? You have me confused. So it turns out that charrua is the word that describes the indigenous people of the land that is now Uruguay. The indigenous, the native South American people that once occupied it. Their descendants are still, they are Uruguayans today. Their relationship with their Native Americans seems a little more peaceful and agreeable than us Americans in our northern but who knows? That's a kind of a political editorial. I don't know why I said I was online. Postmates General Store, this was a complete disaster. Listeners, now I'm switching audiences. Listeners who do Postmates, not the pop stuff, not, oh, I like New York City, whatever. Listeners who do Postmates, and this is not just New York City, this is anyone. Please don't miss this. This was a disaster. That has nothing to do with why it was a disaster, but this does. I've got 2 receipts, and somehow it froze my app. I didn't get all the items in one purchase, so I had to get them on a second purchase. I had to do the math and put it in. My app won't take it. It freezes. I end up delayed. I was already delayed. Now I'm getting a text from the customer. I called him back, and I said, you know, the transaction is done. I'm just trying to satisfy my app. And I also, since my app is frozen, I don't know where you are. I know you're near. So he texted me his address, and I went there. So listeners, Postmates people, please don't miss this. I purchased the items. I need those receipts to take a photo. I'm also supposed to give those receipts to the customer. This is a problem because the app will not let me satisfy the app by putting in these receipts. And of course the dollar value. I had to add these 2 together to get the dollar value. So I told the customer, he texted me his address, and I went to him. I had to schlep this stuff up to the 4th floor walk-up, and it was sort of heavy. And I get up there, I said, listen, I'm supposed to give you these receipts, but if we could negotiate this, I sort of need them. And I told him the quantity, and he agreed. So I walk out with the receipts. That's why I'm able to take this picture. Here's what was ordered. Listeners, if you click there, you can find out what was ordered. That's Smart Water, 4 of them. That's what I mean about it being a little bit heavy. Got a couple Diet Cokes and so on. That screen was the next order. So anyways, listeners, Postmates people in New York and out of New York, many of you probably know this. I did not. What might have saved me that I did not think of at the time was, of course, I exited the app and restarted the app, and then I powered off the phone and I restarted the phone. Okay, that's all I could really think to do. Of course, with more time and attention, I can do a factory reset of my phone, but I can't do that fast. What I should have done, I was very close to a Starbucks. I could have stepped in, gone on Wi-Fi, uninstalled the Fleet app, and reinstalled the Fleet app. It eventually fixed it. All this trauma was past me. It ended up taking a long time. Juice Press, another disaster. This was way out of my way, and I got there and they canceled. But I got paid a generous, like $13. So listeners, I'm going to go back to charrua. This is both pop interest and Postmates interest right here. That's oh, okay. Anyway, I didn't get the tweet. I thought I did. So anyways, there's Juice Press. Here's my payouts. There's Smackeries. There's Crisp. Here's my total. I'm coming up to $2,000, 246 deliveries. And here it is, Charrua. Charrua. Awesome place, Uruguay Bistro. Crazy. You wine lovers, go in there. You probably won't recognize a label unless you're from Uruguay. Absolutely awesome. Here's And look at this, not expensive. You got churrasco con chimichurri for $23. Awesome. You got fettuccine for 14. Awesome. Place is really special. So, so that's it. I thought I had something else. Oh, listeners, one more editorial, and this is, of course, for Postmates people, and you probably already know this. But an attempt to get the pop interest, listeners, if I have any. Listen, this is human nature. When our brain chooses to be lazy, then our actions usually take the course of laziness. So I could be active and do something, or I could be inactive and be lazy. Okay, when my mind chooses inactive, my body normally goes to lazy. My brain has chosen lazy. Okay, this is human nature. Your body doesn't somehow mysteriously choose active. Well, Postmates is that magic. It's just crazy. I'm a married middle-aged man, and my wife is in Europe, and so the worst thing I could do is be lazy. So that's why this Postmates is just awesome for me. And I've got work to do right through the weekend. So here's the deal. I finished this Postmates General Store. It was Dwayne Reed. I had the whole mess up with the app. I negotiate this deal with a customer. I decide he agrees to let me have the receipts. I went there with the address on his text because I didn't know where he was because the app was frozen. So then I sit on my bucket inside the secure doors at street level. He was up on level 4. Now I'm at street level. This is kind of funny because he exited the building before I did because I'm still trying to troubleshoot this app with the people on. So then the fleet support person says, well, what you need to do is, and he's telling me that I need to go uninstall the app and install it. That's going to, the best way to do that is to go to Wi-Fi, which was very near and I could have done it. I said, no, you don't understand. It's raining. I'm done. So if you want me to do that, that's fine, but I'm going to walk out these doors, get on a subway, and it's not going to happen for 2 hours. And he said, well, that's not soon enough. I said, that's the best I can do, so you figure it out. I said, why don't I send you the receipt? He agreed to that, and now I email the receipt and the quantity, and he's going to fix it. Fleet support, wherever they are. They're usually in Tennessee or San Francisco or Los Angeles, from my experience. So wherever he is, he's going to fix it, not me. I get to go home because I have chosen to be lazy. It's raining. It's Friday. I'm tired. And what do you know? After I made that speech, intellectually, consciously decided to be lazy, ciao, now I'm going home. I went out the door. I went to Starbucks. I reinstalled the app, and I did one more delivery. So Postmates people, you know this. Sometimes that app, now the absolutely crazy thing is the guy in Kalamazoo that drove for Uber, the app allegedly, he was a crazy man, the app allegedly told him to go shoot and kill people. So that's a psycho, that's the app working on a mentally ill mind, but working on, I'm claiming myself to be healthy and mentally balanced. So the app tells me to go work when I had thought I'm going to be lazy. Now, people, listen to that. Anyone, Postmates, anyone, listen to how awesome that is. This man decides to be lazy and go home to nothing. I have no dog. I have no wife. I have nothing. My amigo Alejandro's in bed. It's Friday night. Oh, gosh. So listeners, think about how great that is. I'm going to be lazy, but the app made me work. This has been Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. The name of that restaurant again is Charrua. Awesome. Ciao.